We say, oh, that's it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Angelo. Oh, is tearing my heart out. I love that. Just keep it going. Now, she's starting to leave. So far down. Keep falling. Keep falling. Keep falling. Now go back into the darkness.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Mr. Lynch lives will be alive forever. Good morning, Mr. Massimo, Mr. Simply, or 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 simply, David, not David Lynch. It's January 30th, 2025. Tuesday in Naples, today in clear, but I don't rest completely. Vabbè, to say mid sky in atmosphere in general, it seems that now it's really after pratically in 35. If 55 and 4 Fahrenheit 13 Celsius, this means it's really cold in these periods. Cool, in fact, ragazzi, cagati a te. Io solo se vogliono mentre prima senza stare pozzo 3 secondi se la possiamo non rimanere il lavoro cosa non poi c'è ogni cosa poi mi giuro trovare siete non mi sembra così so si detta se mi dà insomma corposo fa che ti più scelto c'è ogni cosa it's a bad thing perhaps it's part of the you but for me la dire dovessi tu intero publisher spring so io in esame fa che spring in io se ci sta per esame già ci Otto sono adesso si chiede su questa gestione a sigara delle vise tre famiglie questa fine così ne vedo da assoluti complete obviously so better obviously it's cold this week mentre in winter so particularly in this last weeks it's really cold at the same time the some meter met 2 points is by the meter I follow this from years the meter we move from meters we move some meters such a 3 dove these 2 points are con le showers fino a freezing where electrical from the possible things so points since I'm so start to fare good for this affiliate trascendere più a tu sono sia un aspect that consists the grease in general fact apart from last year questi mentre remember fatto winter like this in this so così due aspect considering both the aspects fact that to the goal of 2 points and the grease in general for me temporary good but we can see also the condition situation thing in general things are good non for some people have the same sensations c'è una soluzione for me about to say from a late to letting for example think of a cold showers a bit possible general people do what to showers where easy points on them still but atmosphere I don't know if you can see the same things just before it's a good not so completely fact can be some things in this different nu, I think at the number. At the point these repeats just before 55 45 and 13 Celsius. At l'importante thing is atmosphere at anticipate. Just before the visa. Yes, vedete cortina, con storia vedete questi sono queste cortine, se mi ripeti in Santa Pigiana, vedete sia cortine sciusi al nostro perfetto, testa su pulso, anche sulle teste ne ripete. Yes, clear at, I think, are coming, they are coming, the clouds are coming, so yes, and in fact, as we're considering the trend these days, these days, my sensations, things I read over, I think yes, will become cloudy. Lusso, direi effettivamente se la remota possibili, se su sempre bisogna vicino alla servizio clienti come schema. Well, band at the moment. On the contrary, band well. So si chiese, mi dico, quindi sono corteno, il suo si just before. This room at the only difference is in the color of the flowers because the color of the previous curtain second was yellow gold, the first one pink, and this is, if you notice, it's not pink, it's similar to yes, the color of the first curtain, if it does, it's because whatever, as you see in the room, so curtain, the curtain, so it's two new code because yes, it's so logo because he hit normally yes, since really more than 2 years also the beautiful best was not was visible was near beneath from me I was better visible since the shot at the point you just shot as you can shoot was not visible piano di cortina at generalismo sì sì better visible since the and shot at the point you just shot. Finally, from you can eject some voting the G because of so this is not even a shot. Stiamo di più, stiamo getting the door. So don't plan my system. So my telephone plus was kids. And finally, you get breakfast. Today it's late in general. I think my hours are slightly late for me. Sì, late in fact in for me, but the goal forse è stato fare mi piace la seminato su 3, cosa serve in fact nella casa. Si intende si va I started it at Finten, but I'm at the effect of the essere, other things, few example passi in university, in fact, sembrano tutti so I think at the sembrano tutti su sarà cioè repeat close, musica di ecco, late slide, repeat, it's just rolling, revival. But the really important thing is to choose members and some may also delay for tournament so really happy. And as you also see. Ecco fa si sono sul ciclo slafno fuori. So look. And siamo in situation in zona medical shot, new shot, the new medical biscuits. And then my favorites. This is about breakfast, particolare come the palm series, they are fantastic. So as in this milk is shot and tolerance in the coffee. At also the Nesquik, tolerance the coffee obviously. At also Nesquik, chocolate, so that's fact fun. They are shot, they are fragment video. Nicolas breakfast, questo bomba particolare, this one is a mega bomba. I repeat the recommend poi mettere si è super. I'll see you tomorrow, I suppose, if not today. Because I know tomorrow what will happen. Now, well, see.